My name's Carl Hinder and you're listening to the Salon Help Good to Go podcast, the podcast for salon and spa owners who are looking to grow. The only thing stopping you is you. Episode 23, Membership Groups. Now, because you're listening to this, you are probably a business owner, you're probably a salon or spa owner, and you probably think that you've got lots and lots of problems. You probably feel like you've got thousands of problems, thousands of issues, and you probably have a few desires of things you want to achieve as well. Now, there are normally kind of two categories of people in business. There's the people saying to themselves, look, I'm going to do this my way, myself, all right, no matter what. I'm going to do it with hard work, I'm going to do it with determination, and I'm going to learn from my mistakes. Hey, listen, high five, fair enough to you, hopefully it'll work out. The other category of person who I prefer to see these days in a time of information and knowledge and coaches and all that sort of stuff is the person who says, look, I want to achieve all those things as well, but I'm going to get some help. I know that there are people out there who have got the answers and I want them. Okay, so I'm talking to both of you, but I'm hoping to move some of you from kind of category 1 where you're smashing it out yourself over to category 2 where you're just going to get the answers and get on with things. Because, of course, the sooner you actually get on the right pathway, the sooner your kind of stress is going to go down, the sooner your overwhelm is going to be dealt with or your confusion is going to go down. And of course, whilst they're going down, your sales, income, maybe your time freedom, and all those kinds of things are going to start to go up. It's a pretty simple equation and it works with everyone. Now, obviously, when I say you're going to go and get help, that comes in many, many formats. Anything from an audiobook, an online course, right through to one-to-one coaching. So it's going to depend on things like your ambition. It's going to depend on things like your budget, of course. And it'll probably depend more on, I don't know what, your attitude or maybe your understanding of what self-investment is. So I'm not going to lecture you, but you're going to invest based on some of those kind of fundamentals. I personally think that there is a middle ground. Regardless of your budget, regardless of how you see investment, regardless of what you need to achieve, I think there's a middle ground that has some benefit to everyone. And I personally think that middle ground is a proper salon membership. Not just because I've got one, all right, and we have amazing salon owners, we have great results. It's because everyone can benefit at some stage during the group. Everyone as well. When I say everyone, I mean everyone in the group. And it doesn't really matter if you're a freelance stylist or therapist or whether you have, the largest chain of salons ever. There's going to be something in there. And there's also going to be a lot of things that you have in common. In fact, most things between a one-person operation and a 10-person operation are, they're common to you both. They're common to everyone. Because what I think people really, really need is support. They need the support. They need the guidance. They definitely need the accountability. If you listen to last week's podcast, we've really got to look at the accountability and self-accountability. And really, when you think about it, it doesn't matter if you've got a salon. It doesn't matter if you've got a salon or a chip shop. The principles of business are very similar. The principles of being held accountable or having self-accountability are very, very similar. And it's a matter of getting knowledge and then, applying it. I get told as well from time to time, Carl, I love you. I would love to join your membership, but I don't really like groups. I don't want to work in a group environment. I want to work one-to-one. And listen, that's great. I love one-to-one. I think one-to-one is the most powerful coaching that we are going to probably ever have. However, even if it's not your forte, even if it's not your first choice, it's a great supplement because what a really good membership group like mine, which is called Massive Not Passive, by the way, it gives you a positive environment. And you probably see me in the past talking about where'd you get your advice from and don't take it from your friends and family. Well, even when you're not working on a structured basis, when you're in a membership group, there's always going to be someone who is working or has already worked on the things that you are. So I think the membership is a foundation that every business could and should be using. And I keep mentioning the friends and family sort of situation because we always turn to them first, and that's emotionally right. And usually in a business sense, it's the wrong thing to do, because what your friends and family are subject to is they're also subject to some sort of fluctuation in their own attitudes and approach. Whereas in a group, okay, certainly in my group, you're going to have a great level of consistency and positivity. I think, many membership groups out there create something which is invaluable, and that really is a community, because you won't get that community from anywhere else. You can't get that community from a free group. I'll mention that in a moment. You can't get that from a free group. So positivity, community, and general support is a minimum that we all benefit from, in my personal view. And it's a community of paying members, you see, and it's different. It's a million miles away from having 1,000 salon owners on a free group where they have no collective interest. They have no collective energy. There's no collective cause. You're not working towards the same things. You're just kind of spasmodically dropping in on comments from time to time. And I think if you're out there on your own at the moment, or you've been out there on your own for a long time, maybe you've been in my group or in another group and you're looking to come back because you want that community. Let's be honest. Who wants to talk to themselves? Who wants to deal with problems alone? We don't always make the best decisions when we're alone, do we? Big companies have big boards and they make board decisions for those reasons. I think we should think about it the other way around. Now, when I say think about it the other way around, do you or would you? Okay, now, I mean, if you didn't have to, would you celebrate by yourself? Or do you celebrate yourself by choice? That's really the question, I guess. You wouldn't, would you? You wouldn't have a birthday or have a birthday party by yourself, or go to an awards dinner by yourself and not share it. And there's loads and loads of great things that we love to share. So why don't we share the tough things as well? Because we know that the old saying, it's not my saying, is it? Something like a problem shared is a problem halved. Well, absolutely. And also a problem shared allows you to get solutions very, very quickly, which isn't anyone's saying at all, I don't think. So why don't you just want to make life easier for yourself? And that's what I would do. Listen, you really should be looking at a membership group, and you should be making life easier for yourself. Don't we all want to make life easy for ourselves? I mean, I'd like to get some answers on that, but I'm pretty sure that it will overwhelmingly be yes. So why else would someone join a membership? Look, I'm thinking this through as we're chatting. And I talk about in my podcast about accountability, basically someone to check in with you. It's about that being alone again. It's about knowing whether you're doing the right thing. One of the real reasons that businesses have difficulty or even fail, or that I've seen over the years, is that they don't know where to start. It's not that they don't know what to do. It's not that they're not good business people. Sometimes they don't know where to start, and they definitely don't know if they're staying on track. So a group is a great way of using that kind of support, if you like. I talk about accountability an awful lot, and you don't see that a lot these days in membership groups. Membership groups now tend to be a bit more about passing on information and hoping that you can assimilate it for yourself. Well, I have a double option in mind where you can have accountability as an option. And it also ensures that the members make progress, and they make consistent progress whilst they're working with me. So maybe you're the kind of person wants a reminder from time to time of what they've got to be working on. Or maybe you just need a bit of advice to keep you on track. Really have a think about a membership group. Certainly have a think about my membership group. Massive Not Passive. It'll get stuck in your head, guys. And next week, I'll actually explain to you what Massive Not Passive is about and how that name came up. As a salon coach, you're always looking for, ways to communicate the information that you have and to inspire people. And in a live session, or should I say in a membership group, I think the live sessions are some of the most powerful that you have. And I think for members, I think it's really important for members to remember this actually, that you are getting access to a coach and for literally pennies compared to, getting them on a one-to-one basis. But you're still going to get your questions personally answered. Look, I'm not comparing it with one-to-one. What I'm saying is, if you are the kind of person that's worried about being cost effective or time effective for that matter, one-to-ones are absolutely totally useful, but live sessions are kind of a really good close relative, right? So look, you can't always make these live sessions. In my group, we normally have them on Monday nights quite late. Sometimes they switch to a Tuesday for bank holidays and that sort of stuff. But we're all busy, living our lives, aren't we? You've got, hobbies and interests, and you've got kids to look after, and, you've got a family and all that kind of stuff. I get it, don't worry. So what we do is we put all this stuff. We go live first. There's a little bit of an edit, and then we drop it into our archive, into our academy, if you like. I think that's amazing. I think it's amazing that a salon owner can access a library of information that has been tailored for them at any time in the future, morning, noon, or night. Sometimes there's something which is kind of even better. Now, full disclosure here, guys, I am talking about my group now. I don't see this on many groups. Sometimes when you can grab that information as well in an audio format. So for me, it's a private podcast, not like this that we're listening to now that the whole world can listen to on all the platforms, on Spotify. This is a private one. It's on a proper app. So it's on my Soundwise proper app, podcasting app, but only for my members. So if you're kind of one of the people that says, I can't be joining a membership, Carl, I'm way too busy, I haven't got time, I've got family, I've got to tidy the house, I've got to go to the gym. I know you have. But what better than to get access when you are at the gym, or on your holidays, or driving around, or doing that kitchen, doing your garden, whatever you guys are doing. You've got to take on board that information at some point. Otherwise, you can't progress. It's just as simple as that. So, that's what I mean. Look, a good membership group will have flexibility. I know that I get together with my members once or twice a year. We ask them what they want, and then we reformat the membership to reflect as many of them as possible. We try to make everything accessible. We'll have the materials at hand. Sometimes there's information sheets or books or contact telephone numbers, all the things that you need to progress. One of the things I really pride myself on is my attention to detail, because I know you want access to a coach, and a membership group is a compromise. There's no doubt about it. But I make sure that I comment and answer, if it's necessary, on every single question. Business questions, guys. This is a business membership that I'm talking about. Answer every single question. And what you want to know is that we are behind the scenes always working on your behalf as well, don't you? You don't want to just think, I pay the membership and I don't see Carl from one year to the next. Well, that's not true. You want to make sure whoever's running your membership is available, that you can see them, that you can contact them, and that you can get continued affirmation, if you like, that you're making the right decisions in your business. I guess there's one more area that I should touch on that I would expect from a good group, and we certainly have it with my massive, not passive, and that's the social aspect. So you don't see this a lot, but you've got to really focus on the relationships, if you like, in the membership. One of the things we are good at, one of the things we are getting better at, is that we have real life, face-to-face, like in the olden days, guys, activity. So last year we had a really big event in Cardiff. And we're going to repeat that again this year, by the way. And it's an opportunity, if members want to come along, meet people face-to-face, network, and really engage at a much different, maybe higher, I'm not sure if it's higher, but definitely a much different level. And I'm sure if the pandemic taught us anything, there really is no substitute for that face-to-face contact. So whatever you want from coaching, whatever you want, by the way, from a membership group, there's going to be one out there for you. You just got to find the right one. I suggest you take a really good look at mine. It's called Massive, Not Passive. The good news for you is that The membership group, which normally only opens once a year, is opening tomorrow. And because you're a podcast listener, you haven't got to wait until tomorrow. You are going to be able to grab that membership today. So just go into the show notes and grab the link. Hit the link, sign up. You're going to be able to see me live. We're going to be working together in no time at all. And that's all for this week. Thank you for joining me on the Salon Help Good to Go podcast. Please let other salon owners know that we are here every Sunday at 4 p.m. Take a look at the show notes for interesting links. Leave me a review. And I will catch you on the next episode.